Hi, my name's Deb, and I just wanted to talk today about so many things that are hard to talk about in our culture. There have been so many things on my heart for so many years, so many things that have been kept inside, just for the simple reason of looking good to the outside. It seems to me that the people around us, especially those closest to us at times, just are not comfortable with our hurts. It's hard for them to hear our hurts. It's hard for them to see us hurting. And we just come to the conclusion that it's not appropriate to share. But the only thing that serves is that those wounds stay buried. And make no mistake, they are wounds. I've come to know that and accept that I'm what I call a sensitive. I have a very strong empathy and a very strong compassion and a very tender heart. I always have had, and that has made me vulnerable to being wounded. And I just know that I'm not alone. I know that there are so many people out there that are like me, that have been hurt, and that carry wounds deep inside that they can't find an outlet for. And I am a Christian also. I've had a strong faith since I was a little girl. Went to church growing up and on and off as an adult. And I believe now that God has a purpose for the things I've gone through. Believe me, I've asked many times, why? But the more I grow and the more I mature as a person, the more I realize it's so that people like us will know we're not alone. I have felt what many of you have felt, but have been misunderstood about. What you've been forced to stuff, the things that you've carried so deeply. And it's on my heart to share with you, and that maybe we can heal at least a little bit together. I really do care. Especially, I have a heart for women who have been assaulted, abused, belittled, bullied, and girls who have been pressured into doing things they didn't want to do, and worse. And some of the ways we deal with those hurts when we have to stuff them is not healthy. It's not good for our well-being. It doesn't foster growth and fulfillment. It doesn't foster good health. In fact, the contrary. It affects our health in many ways. Because wounds have to come out somehow. They have to breathe. And if they're not let out in a productive, healthy way with safe people, then we can be hurt over and over again. Or we can become sick. When I was a little girl, as early as I can remember, there was no father in the house. My mother was a hard-working, kind, good, responsible mother. But no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't fill the void that I felt. I felt abandoned. And even when I was a little girl, as early as fourth grade, I remember being depressed sometimes, oftentimes. I'm not saying that I never laughed or that I never had fun, because I did have fun and I did laugh. My grandmother was in my life and she was very, very loving. She was my biggest fan and my biggest supporter for many years. My mother always made birthday cakes, gave us a great Christmas, as good as she could. And I have many, many good memories. But I also remember the Depression. And I remember feeling like other kids didn't like me. And I couldn't ever understand why. Maybe it was because sometimes I was depressed and I was a bummer. I don't really understand, but it is what it is, and it was what it was. That's all for now. I'll share more later.